We're back on Smells Like 90's Rock, and I gotta get everybody cranked up and move the computer over here.
Gather around the laptop.
Gotta gather around the laptop. So if we didn't say this in the last segment, we tested this theory, we tested this idea of could we record on my computer with all of us talking in a little circle here? Would it pick up, and can we have segments? It does. So good news. You're going to get a full episode of Smells Like 90's Rock after all. Because of the thing. And so Turducken's here, so he's got to have a microphone now.
He can share with me since that's not very good.
Okay, that's cool. So Turducken's here.
And DJ D.E.T.
And DJ D.E.T. D.E.T., not to be confused with poverty. Is here. She does.
DJ, don't eat that.
She doesn't understand. She doesn't know.
That,
is that what she says a lot? Don't eat that?
No, that's what I have to tell her.
She eats. What does she eat that you don't like her to eat?
I haven't seen her do it, but I have heard about the non-edibles, like glue.
What now?
So I was about to say she'd eat paper, glue, and.
I can tell you what I eat.
Yeah, go ahead. Get on there, and then everyone will know why you got your name.
You eat glue?
I don't eat glue
anymore.
I ate glue. It doesn't taste good. I tried it once
for the children.
Yeah,
where they're like, don't leave your children unattended. And they like toddle over there. It's like, oh,
have you eaten Tide Pods?
No, but there's a place in Kansas that
Candy's nuts.
Shut up. There's a place in Kansas that sold Tide Pod donuts.
I'm not surprised. Is anybody surprised by that? That's a thing.
In Kansas, no.
Yeah, exactly.
They do things differently out there in Topeka.
They do some weird things. All right. By the way, computer's back and running. And for those of you who are listening via Mixcloud,
a lot of gems.
DJ D.E.T. has eaten Sharpies, Play-Doh, glass, plastic.
Almost
what
bleach,
else?
Clorox.
Almost bleach,
Dog
Clorox,
food, cat food,
dog food, cat food.
hand sanitizer.
She's nuts.
Bug spray.
It's all fine.
Citronella keyboards.
The what keyboards?
Citronella keyboards.
No, citronella, keyboard.
Oh.
What? Bricks?
Like citronella on its own, and then keyboards. Like she didn't put the and in there.
Okay.
Have you eaten like sandwiches? Like
Have you eaten food? That's
peanut butter and jelly.
At the end of the day, that's the main question. Have you eaten food?
Do you breathe?
Spaghetti.
Or do you
I
like?
love spaghetti.
Do you like?
Hey, all right. There's one food.
Do you just like eat the carbon out of the O2?
I like to eat cardboard.
No, that's on the list.
I like
now.
spaghetti, but I like it uncooked.
Serious question. Do you break your pasta when you make spaghetti?
Yes.
In the pot.
You have to.
Oh,
No.
No, not really.
Oh.
You don't have to.
You have to break it in half.
You do have to break it in half.
Yeah,
Hey, it's got to fit in the pot. We don't all have huge pots.
You
Well,
don't.
no, you gotta be able to
Macaroni in a pot.
actually twist it all the way around the fork. That's why you don't break linguine and fettuccine because it's thicker, so you're not going to have as
Are we
much.
talking
on
like after it's been cooked,
No,
breaking it, or
like
before
when you're
putting
putting
in
it when you're cooking it.
Like when you grab the spaghetti out of the box, you like break it in
Right.
half and you put it in the pot.
No, it's not. You don't have to.
Oh,
Have
come
to.
on.
You just have to
No, you
boil
do.
it. Boil it, and it eventually all falls in the pot.
Yeah, but then they're not boiled at the same. So you
you're
have
insane.
part al dente and part smush. If you break it in half, you have it all the same at the same.
I've never had
cook.
this issue.
Well, then again, this is coming from a person who eats cardboard and pork.
That's true.
That's true.
That's true.
Well,
It's like I agree.
now that we have we've gone through the odd eating habits of DJ D.E.T, let's talk about something fun that we did the other day, which was we got to go to an escape room. Shiela, Turducken, and myself went to an escape
And
on
wow.
Death's. Sorry, I'm sorry.
Wow.
I forgot that Dad, you were there too. I forget. I'm still trying to process
All
everything
you were
you've
telling
eaten.
us was like, you only have 1 minute.
Yeah, that's right. See, Dad didn't do a whole lot. She just kept up with the time.
And kept saying, you're not going to do it. You only have 7 minutes. You're not gonna do it. You
So
only have 3.
see.
Like, yeah, and then she would just sit down. Like, do something.
Yeah. So
I do productive things when I
Scramble.
sit down. I point
Yeah.
things out. And I use my nimble hands to cheat it.
Yeah, they did cheat.
and that's fine.
Well, they didn't say anything about it,
It was a
so...
group effort.
Nobody
for
said
my
you
part.
couldn't cheat. So I mean,
Nobody
that's,
said you couldn't.
You
Yeah.
said
there was
Like my
no
thinking.
explicit thing that said you cannot cheat. So we
can-
cheated.
We can, like, lot pick.
We
lots.
did. We did, and we almost got it. We didn't win.
Almost.
We didn't escape.
We had, like, 4 more clues.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's where Pork comes in here. If he'd have been there, and
We would have
Janelle,
won.
We would have won this.
Sacrifice.
And we're a little bit upset.
Oh, yeah.
Even though I'm the only one that appreciates
Pork was the hero of the last segment. You're now the villain in this segment.
Yes.
Because you weren't there.
I'm just imagining like the scene in the first Harry Potter movie when they're trying to get Sorcerer's Stone. They have to go through all these like puzzles and trials and things.
It's something like
basically
that.
what
No
I'm
kid.
imagining.
Yeah. Or like Indiana Jones. You have to go through like all these
Yeah,
different
that.
trials and tribulations of going through different tombs and stuff to find the
You gotta like
Holy Grail.
you gotta like kneel or your head will get cut off or something.
Exactly. Yeah. That's that.
Kind of
yeah.
like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, we tried taking things apart that I guess we shouldn't have, but
I mean,
I
we.
think
They
that
told us
happens.
not to mess with the bookshelf. Even
Well,
though there's
we
definitely
messed with the
some.
bookshelf.
Well,
They
no,
messed with the
that was just
bookshelf.
because people were stupid and were trying to pull it out of the wall in the past, and so it messed it up.
yeah. I tore the phone apart, but there's nothing.
Well, I guess the phone, maybe the phone was a part of one of the things that we didn't solve. But what was that even for? It didn't.
I don't know. I tore the whole thing apart. There's nothing in it.
It distributed nothing.
Because it was an old school phone, so you could like get
Yeah.
all the little things out.
It contributed nothing to the whole experience.
Nope.
You didn't need a phone in there. So unless somebody says you explicitly need the phone in
Don't use
an
the
escape room, don't use the phone. But we had fun. It was fun.
It's fun. We want to
day.
do it again.
We are. We're going to do it again. Hopefully when my mind's not on moving, because the night
Oh.
before I was tearing stuff down.
That's what hurt us was that.
No, it wasn't that. I would have been a lot more excited.
We didn't have enough thoughts and prayers.
Exactly. I just knew as soon as we were done there, I had to go back and continue tearing down stuff at our old apartment. And that's exactly what I did.
And you had to stand in the heat for like 10 minutes because
That was a whole thing.
the door wasn't open.
Listen, my dumbass parked at State Street Garage. This is an escape room on Summit. What was
Central.
it? Central. So I had to do a little walking in the heat and then I got there and there was this giant parking lot in front of the place
Yes.
with no cars in it.
But it
so I
took
could
us a
have
hot
parked
minute to
there.
find that parking lot, though.
It was. So I could have parked in it, but I didn't know.
We went around a couple times.
Thankfully, they gave me a ride back to my car after
Yes.
it was over.
Well, you
We
were
were nice.
walking, you were like, I don't need it.
Yeah, but
She
then,
was
like-
It was just down the road, but I mean, still.
And then Kevin dropped you off because you're like, yeah, drop me off right there. And he like thought you were going to go out that exit part.
No.
No, we watched you have to walk further. We're like, he's like, I guess I could have drove him up there.
It wasn't that far. It was just a little bit to the entrance because I parked right into the
But
entrance. There's
listen,
nobody there.
more AC.
That's true. That's true.
Just
I
gotta
didn't
run
die
with
in the
AC.
heat.
That's
on
what
the way
happened.
back.
He was like, no, I got it. And we were like, AC.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, you know.
He's like, I was like, but there's
Because I had just dried off from all the sweat that I'd gotten earlier while I was in the escape room. Because the escape room was very well ventilated. It felt nice in there.
It was.
And I didn't want to get hot again, so I chose the ride as
I would
opposed to-
have like asked if like you were the person driving and you didn't volunteer like I did. I've been like, can you give me a ride?
I'm not that person, so I didn't ask for people to come help us move. If people volunteered, they could do it, but no.
If it's me in the heat, yep, nope, I'm begging. I'm like, can I get a ride?
Have you ever eaten pieces of an air conditioner? DJ did.
Like the filter.
Have you ever eaten Freon?
Freon. Yeah, have you eaten some Freon?
Have you
Turn
drank
that down?
Febreze?
Febreze. Smells good.
It doesn't taste good, trust me.
Mm-mm.
We can just say anything, and she's eating it.
The apple cinnamon kind, it tastes great though.
Of
Apple cinnamon Febreze?
Febreze?
Yeah. It
Well, because they actually use cinnamon in it, so
Well, that makes it all better, doesn't it?
wasn't.
I'm pretty sure they also use like ammonia in it.
I'm
you eaten
pretty
like-
sure they use toxins, yeah.
Have you eaten like a piece of your wall?
When I was like 3,
sheetrock.
I did.
Have you ever eaten a sock? You know, dogs do that a lot.
No, I haven't. I ate a cloth though when it got wrapped around my intestine.
I believe you.
you need supervision.
DJ supervision.
DJ needs supervision.
DJ needs supervision.